What's up, y'all? It's episode 42, People's Podcast. Today we're gonna be updating the George Floyd trial, and there's been other situations that happened in the process of that. Another thing, before we get started, though, I want to say we all lost since the last episode. We all lost DMX. He was truly missed. You guys ever know when somebody passed that's really not all that famous, and everybody try to ride the bandwagon and say they listen to this and listen to that? It was a lot of genuine people that actually felt like they really lost somebody. Like his music was screaming, like his music was going anyway. No doubt about it. He had 17 kids, by the way. Um,
Is there more than that?
oh wow. And then I think Jay Z, they bought his masters because he died trying to buy his masters. I think they bought his masters to and gave them to,
His kids, right?
yeah, gave them to his kids. Yeah. But yeah, another thing is another individual got another individual got shot in the Minneapolis area, unarmed citizen murdered during the trial. So first off, I'm gonna ask you a question. Y'all think it's actually going to sway the jurors' decision? Do you think they're that kept away from actually what happened?
What do you
You said
mean?
what?
Like, what do you
The
mean?
the murder of the unarmed 20-year-old in Minneapolis. The jurors for the George Floyd case. I was saying, do y'all think that they got wind of it?
Oh, well, that's not supposed to, but
Right,
who
I was about
knows?
to say they shouldn't have because they have to have their phones taken and they're not allowed to watch TV or none of that shit because it could influence their decision.
Right.
So
Well, that's the thing. The defense wanted to be, I guess, more restrictions so it doesn't sway their decision on a prosecution. So I think there's a
Well,
possible way.
I completely agree with that. I don't think that they should hear anything outside of what's going on in this case.
And it, and,
Um,
and it's detrimental because it's the same city.
Same scenario, same situation, and we don't. I mean, I'm not rooting for or against, but you kind of want to keep things on an even keel so that this man gets a fair. I mean, they already put the victim on trial. We don't need anything else that's going to influence a decision outside of. Let this man be the focus and the reason why. And this man, and what is his name, Chauvin?
Yeah.
I'm not up
Yeah.
to speed on it. It's just different things. And let Derek Chauvin get his just due. You know what I mean? Like he needs to be convicted,
I
and
mean,
not on
right.
the premises of something that happened afterwards, but what he did actually in this case.
it was like I think it was what's today? Today's Tuesday. It was either Thursday or Friday when they were in court. There was the defense had called this man up who had basically like he done forensic and everything like that. And long story short, they were trying to make it seem like, well, in different states, they have every police office has a different way of restraining people and things. Like some states may use tasers, other states don't. Some states may say you're allowed to arrest in a certain way. He was basically trying to push and say that they give where he got killed at, they give the right to go ahead and tackle down and put your, the way he put his knee on his neck. They're basically saying it was okay for the assertive force because he was trying to, restrain, and he already had to deal with the other two officers, and he was just trying to basically make it justified how he died. And either way around it, there is no justifying that death. You guys killed that man. The fuck do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just, and like I
agree
told
with
you
you on
last week, I feel like they're gonna try to do whatever they can, and with saying he had meth in his system and he had COVID and he had this and he had that. They're trying to throw every fucking wrench in there to make it seem like his death was justifiable.
I think the prosecution is doing an awesome job of making sure that didn't happen in this case. Because
Well, what I
absolutely, they did try. I'm sorry, they did
go
try to
ahead,
throw
sir.
that in there and make that a factor, but they have medical professionals with high credentials to actually debunk those issues that they tried to bring. So pretty much they were like next, and then they had the last. I think the prosecution had their last three witnesses go up. They had another what do you call it? Professional about tactics and procedures. And I think the last guest was actually their brother, his brother. And that,
Yeah,
I
and then
think that's the nail in the coffin right there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that one white lady that they had up there that was a specialist on lungs and stuff like that. And she even said, like, in the defense, they were pissing me off. I almost broke my TV. I ain't gonna lie. Who saw? I'm getting mad thinking about it. But they kept trying to make it seem like, because she was saying, she didn't want to say in his, death certificate that it was asphyxiation because there are many different types of asphyxiation. So she basically was trying to break it down. And when she was trying to break it down, defense was coming at her like, oh, well, that's still, he was talking, so he was able to breathe and this, that, and the third. And she said, yeah, he was talking for that one moment. But then after that, the way his legs started to twitch, the way his eyes were, the way his face was grinding into the pavement, he was trying to make every way suitable to be able to breathe. And the way he had him, clear his airway, and he couldn't do it. Like, it's just, oh, I'm sorry. No, can I say it one time for the one time, please?
One time. Go ahead, get it out your system.
I can't stand these fucking white people, dog. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Good. That was awesome. Relax, relate, release. That's what I'm here for.
I had to get it out of there. I had to. I'm sorry.
It's all right, man. If it works, it works.
Your rage
I don't want no death
understood.
threats, but I can't take it no more. I just hate how, like I said, that silver platter shit. Y'all want to try to make it. If we would have been putting our fucking knee on that man's daughter or son or brother's neck, oh my God,
absolutely,
it would have been the end of the fucking world, and you would have been under the pavement in the jail. No, you would have been bodied
dead on the scene.
Thank
Dead
you.
on the scene.
We would have never even made it to where we at right now. And like you said, they keep putting the fucking victim on trial. Who gives a fuck if he did meth? I don't care. Like, I'm gonna put it like this. This is a little bit off subject, but if Michael Jackson raped the little boys, God forbid, I hate him for doing that, but I still love the man music. You know what I'm saying? If George Floyd did meth, so what? So be it. He was still a great father, and he was still a human being at the end of the fucking day. Like, cut the bullshit, dog. Keep trying to say, oh, the reason he couldn't breathe is because he had all them drugs in his system.
Boy, you are in rare form. Okay, now, all right, yeah, okay. That just bring me to another thing too. Like, okay, with that happening, everybody understands why they didn't go with the higher degree of charges, right?
Okay.
We went over it because it'd be harder. It'd be easier for them to prove beyond a doubt that you probably walk if they had higher charges. And another thing, this it's going to set precedents too. Whatever the outcome is, it's going to sway history in a major way.
I got a feeling if this man does not get convicted,
He gonna get fucked up.
it's going down. I'm telling you that now. It's going down.
With
And
that, and then what happened last night, of course. And then I hate to
I
say
think
it.
that in certain areas in this nation that it's going to be, they thought that down in Texas, that white boy that shot all them cops was out of control. It's going to get out of control. It's going to be a dog eat dog situation. You get me or I get you before you get me if that man is not convicted. And we watched him die.
And then the killer part about it is there's the ones like me who's stuck in the middle, who's mixed, my dad being Mexican and my mom being white, but I look majority white. So people gonna have a problem with me. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm the one to lay down my life for y'all before a white person. Fuck them white people. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, I won't say it no more. I have
listen. This is a disclaimer right here. I have to you said it twice. I got to do this disclaimer. The People's Podcast does not condone any type of racism or anything like that. Our family consists of multi-races and everything, and we all, the logo is red, black, green, blue, purple. It doesn't matter what color you are, and I approve this message. But the thing is, though, people actually, the white people that do actually go out of their way to make things right, you got to give them an applaud too, because secretly they catch hell behind closed doors too.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for somebody, even back in the civil rights marches and stuff like that, you got to applaud those people that actually were there. I mean, it's not going to make up for the past or anything, but it definitely can help set up the future, if y'all understand what I'm saying.
I say you applaud anyone that stands for justice.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Anyone that stands for justice, freedom, justice, and equality, you applaud them. Your
Yep.
race is irrelevant. Your principles are all that really matters.
Yeah, but so
I'm-
who thinks like that? Race is irrelevant.
Right. I was just gonna say, who
No,
thinks
when
like
it
that?
comes
only saying
when
it
it comes to the
because
system,
I come from a racist white family. I watched my family be like, they kicked me out of the family because my daughter is mixed. They didn't like me because my dad is Mexican and because of the things that he decided to do in life. Like at the end of the day, I have walked firsthand in that white people privilege. And when they don't like you, they don't like you. I understand the hypocrisy of it and all that. And that's why I say I can maybe count on one hand white people that I know like me. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, the ones that I meet be the ones like, oh, well, I have this many black friends. If you can count how many black friends you have, you're
You
fucking
are a racist.
racist. If you even utter that shit out your fucking mouth, you are racist. And that's why I can say the same about white people. I can only say on one hand how many white friends I fucking have. Count me racist, but I've walked firsthand in that shit and I don't like it. I'm not with it. I'm sorry. I'm not. Like they be the ones that, oh no, I love you, but turn on and talk about you, be watching the same shit on the news and be like, oh, I hope they don't convict Tim or whatever the fuck his goddamn name is. But I'm just saying, that's how they acting behind closed doors. Let's be real.
That's true. But you gotta understand that's the way people think in this society. Like, and it's been generations of people thinking like that. That's all they know. You can't get too mad at somebody's ignorant. What you can do is try to help educate them in certain ways or prove them wrong in certain ways. But just like Trump taught us that if you're gonna be ignorant, shit, that's what it is. And they came out the woodwork when Trump was in office. Y'all agree? I seen it firsthand with my own eyes. All the racist people came out the woodwork that I never even thought of.
I
even
grew up
thinking
in
about
Ann
being
Arbor. I seen it every day, all day. So
And I'm pretty sure you've seen
I
a
grew up
couple
in
of rallies
America. I
too.
seen it. You see it everywhere.
I grew up
It's
with
America.
well,
I don't know
yeah,
why. I don't understand why people start acting like we live in a different America than it's been for the
Right.
past 200, 300 years.
Exactly.
This is nothing new. It's like this is I don't whether the man is convicted or not. I know what he did. He know what he did. Everybody know what he did. Do I expect him to be convicted? I say 50-50. I say if you convicted, it's because most trying to like, oh, we gotta keep the people calm, bro. You gotta take that L. If not, if he's not convicted, it's like this is the same America you've always known. Why are you surprised that it's something that this is occurring?
You
Don't
right
get mad and
about
start
that.
tearing stuff up.
But
Because
the
I'm,
pot
saying,
is,
I'm a straight rebel. I'm a straight rebel. I enjoy tearing stuff. Let me finish this. I enjoy tearing stuff up. That's my thing. I have no problem rebelling against the system. I live in a country that was founded on rebellion. So if you're not rebelling against something that you feel is unjust, you're not American. However,
They
I'm not
rebelled
gonna sit up
against
here and get mad
England,
and tear
right?
stuff up because, right? Yes, that's the foundation of the country.
Yeah. So
You rebelled against somebody. You felt you were dealing with an unjust king. He wasn't treating y'all fairly. So you say, you know what? We don't want to take that no more. We're gonna take over. We're gonna do it ourselves. So I'm with all that. I have no problem with that. But I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna get mad and be out riding and tearing stuff up because you've done what you've always done. No, if anything, I'm gonna look at you and say, you know what? I don't need to deal with you. I can live right here in this country and still not have to deal with the system. I know how to go off grid. There's a million things I can do. Did you pay taxes? No. Why? What they gonna do? What me?
No, they
but
don't.
for every one of you, there are 9 others that are not as hip to that. And
Oh,
the only reason why I say that is because there are different regions and the climate is different. And when I say the climate, I don't mean the weather. I'm talking about
People.
meeting ignorance with ignorance. When you got this pot boiling, and it didn't just start with Trump. It started actually with Obama, with all the people that were against Obama. They came out of the woodwork saying, his wife was a man and a gorilla and this, that, and the other. And that started the pot to simmer. In different regions in America, there is ignorance waiting to begot ignorance. So if this man is not convicted, I am almost certain that there are certain areas in the United States of America that is going to get tore up.
Starting in Minnesota.
And like you said,
Okay.
though, you're right. It has been going back 200 years and stuff, but I think a lot of it has to do with a lot more people now too. Like you guys said, the white people are starting to speak up, the Asians, the Arabic people. I think a lot of people are just not being able to tolerate it anymore. Like they're sick of the shit because at the end of the day, it might be their child next. It could be their wife, their husband, their brother. It could be anybody. And I think that's what a lot of people are starting to be afraid of because I think a lot of people are starting to wake up and realize It's not supposed to be like we said before. It's one race. We the human race. You cut us all, we're gonna bleed the same fucking color. But what we do need to realize is that the police is the biggest gang in America, right along with the motherfucking government. They're the same ones that was taking a motherfucker and sending him over there with Pablo Escobar with guns and drugs, and then had that same motherfucker killed. Let's not play and let's not beat around the bush about it.
Well, they did
The same
fund the war.
motherfuckers that created anthrax. I wouldn't be surprised if they purposely killed this man to start this race war, because they want to see where people is at with it. They want to see where people standing. If they really gonna branch off and be what they supposed to be own kind, or if people are really gonna start to wake up to shit. And I think people are really waking the fuck up, and that's why they tired of riding now.
Yeah, but when people wake up, everybody wakes up. It's gonna be really going to boil, good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it can go either way. It can go both ways, but it's gonna be some bad too. Like I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'll wait till you're done. I'm good.
No, I was just saying, like when Trump he came into office, that sleeping giant, people wasn't even aware of that much racism. People always talked about it. People didn't see it till then.
Oh, if I may, no, it's not that they weren't aware of it. People are intentionally delusional. That level of racism has always been around. It's just people, it's not like that anymore. Yes, it is. This ain't never changed. It never changed. And I don't know who was talking a minute ago, but they made me think the idea of white supremacy is not an American idea. It's worldwide. That's why you have Asians and Arabs and all these other people that starting to look around like, hold on, man. The same way, because when they first went to Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, you know what I'm saying? Well, not first, but when going over there, they called Arabs sand niggas. You call so-called Native Americans, you call them red niggas. So all this idea is not just in America, it's around the world. You go to Britain, they can, man, so many black people catch hell in Britain for being black. Like, oh, Britain's different. No, Britain's the dang on sign.
They're worse.
The only reason it's not work, the lightest it is in Europe is probably France. And that was only because when World War I started and the French couldn't get no help and they didn't want to waste troops there because like France ain't never really won no wars or nothing. And like they just getting beat up. We ain't finna waste our troops going up there to help somebody that they can't help themselves. Send them niggas up there. So they sent them Harlem Hellfighters who was running through, coming around. They was initially doing supply runs. But when they sent them up into France, they came into France and started whooping Germany ass. They was like, oh, and the French like, oh, no, send some more of these black people because they over here taking care of business. We need them. So France is probably the lightest level of racism in Europe. But the whole idea of it exists worldwide. It's nothing new.
It's just like how.
Go ahead.
It's just like how the white people was racist towards their own people with the Jews and shit. It go back to the beginning of time. They've always done that. If they feel like if you not, blonde hair and blue eyed, you not closest to God. When really, once again, it goes back to black people being the closest thing to the Israelites. Like they don't, and that's once again, I feel why they envy and like with the movie Get Out. I feel like everything is a subliminal message. You know what I'm saying? Just once again, like I feel like this trial and everything is to start a fucking race war because like I feel deep down in my heart, I hate to say it, but I don't think the man's gonna be convicted. As much as the prosecution is really trying and everything like that, I just don't see it. I'm sorry. We already had to dim the charges down. Think about it. This man died and we had to dim the charges down just to get a charge for some type of justice. How fair is that? Not fair.
I mean, that's politics and law though as well.
That's law.
That's murder. Either way, ain't nobody beating around the bush about nothing. That was murder. Ain't no law that says it is okay for you to do that shit when that man wasn't even resisting like they say he was. That was murder.
Everything
and
is
all
on camera.
Police is trying to do is make it justified murder. That's it.
Well, his own supervisor went against him though. I don't think he has support though, believe it or not, y'all. Obviously he does because he has a decent paid attorney. People literally
they had a GoFundMe. Them people
they paid.
They tunneled money into his account to get him some good
defense they could.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
Johnny Cochran was around. They'd have been trying to hire Johnny. Like Johnny, we need you.
I'd be surprised if they try to dig him up.
I like what old girl just said about envy, right? Because I tend to tell the story to people. I end up like, why is it important whether Jesus was black or not? Like, because you have to figure if Jesus, I'm not speaking religiously, but let's just say, hypothetically, okay, Jesus is black. If Jesus is black and he's God's son, I mean, God was a black man. I know that. I'm saying I have to say it like that though, but no, for the general public.
For people to understand what he going, where the
Right.
point being taken.
Like, because people, well, what does it matter? It matters because if Jesus was black, that means his father was black. That means his God's people are black. His original people. I mean,
They
you've
are.
been shitting on you done took advantage of shitting on all the original people of the planet because you could. I mean, I think it was Thomas Jefferson said, "Let's hope that God doesn't take a thing for revenge because one day we gonna be screwed for what we done did to these people."
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Him too. Shit, all the kids he done had.
Right.
But never mind.
He,
I was
yeah,
no,
he
go
got
ahead,
some.
say it.
He got
No,
some
he was saying
descendants
as a
too.
country.
Children with the
Yeah, what I'm
black
saying as
Go
a
ahead, say
country,
it.
not
He
him
was
as
a
an
big
individual,
ass hypocrite.
but we as the people, like, man, we just shit on a whole lot of people on this planet. And if God takes revenge, we do, because technically it's like when you look at the actual numbers, people say, oh, well, white power and this and that. It's like, listen, if you look at the numbers, the number of what I've been taught to describe as Aboriginal people, the original people on the planet Earth that were found everywhere that people went, it's like, hold on, there's somebody here already. It's like the number of white people on the planet are far like at least 11. It's like 11 to 1, because Asians, Arabs, Samoans, Hawaiians, all these people are Aboriginal people.
That means they were in their natives, pretty much, right?
Right, they were already here when you got here. They were when white people came out of Europe and they started going all around the world. Everywhere they went, they found original people.
Okay.
People of hue, people what they like what we've been taught to call people of color. It's like, yeah, they were everywhere you went.
I
You
got
go
a
to
question.
Mexico, you find them Olmec statues of black people. Like, hold on, how the hell was black people going from Africa all the way to Mexico and building statues and doing all that? We was already here.
I got a question. Okay, the first known human bones were found where? The oldest.
In Egypt.
Where?
What's her name? It wasn't Egypt, but it was over. It was on Africa.
It was what type of terrain was it?
What they call her, Lucy.
Yeah, and the terrain was like you would say like not a lot of trees, desert, hot.
It's a
Right.
lot of
You understand
Right.
you understand where
And
I'm
white
going?
people couldn't survive out there is what he's about
Okay,
to
so
say,
you see
is
where
what he's
I'm
trying to get
going.
at.
Yeah. Okay.
White people
So-
wouldn't have been able to survive out there. Those weren't white people bones. So white people were not the first fucking people here.
Okay, Deborah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But white people, what they do have, and this is not, I don't mean, like I said, I don't mean it to sound like it's a racist thing, but white people have the right of might. I got the power to, when you got the power to do whatever you want to do. And if we band together, we're gonna take over, and you can't stop me, guess what? I'm gonna take over because I can. You don't like it? Do something about it. This is why
and
black
I'm gonna
people
write this
and
as
so many people. Go ahead.
and I'm gonna write this as the truth, and then they gonna have to accept it, and that's what happened.
Yeah. History is written by the victors. The victorious are the ones who tell. I'm telling my story. Why? Because you don't have the power to tell your story. And it's like for black people in America and so many black people, a lot of Mexicans, a lot so-called Mexicans, a lot of people, you know, and a lot of different nationalities in this country don't have the power to tell their story the way that it needs to be told, because you can't, if I take you and make you a slave, and then I tell you, oh, you can go free, I forced you into this, took everything you had and told you go on about your business.
Yeah.
You didn't take your power back. You therefore you're always gonna be in a subservient position. I gave you what you had, so you still gonna serve me until you take back what's yours.
Yeah. And then and when you get the old papers, old letters and stuff from slaves and Indians and stuff, they got the worst stories. But you know, when you read in the history book, it sounds victorious and glorious and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I remember in high school and my high school history book, right? It was literally 2 pages on Black history, and that was about slavery and civil rights. I was like, it never stuck in my head. It was only 2 pages. I'm like, and people act like Black history, Black American history is not American history or something. No, that's American history.
Right.
So we don't know. You folks on the paper, that's supposed to be taught you wrong, because everything that America has done is a part of her history. In Germany, in school, they teach those children about everything that happened, World War II and all that, everything that Germany did, like it's part of our history. We telling you so that we don't know. So I teach you so you don't repeat it. History is written on saying history best rewards the researcher. If you don't know what happened, if it happens again, hypothetically, you see what's coming. It's like, oh, like when you read the Bible, You reading about the mindsets and the situations that occur, so you see those same situations occurring, you recognize how these people are thinking, and you know it's like, okay, this is where you going. If I know where you're going, I can get ahead of you, make sure you don't get there. Instead of sitting on my head and saying, talking about why you doing this to me.
Mhm.
I'm doing it because I can. No other reason, because I can, and you ain't doing nothing about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then
So
another.
yeah, I can go out on this. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying that you wonder why I can go out on the street and kill people with no repercussions, because I can.
And they got away with
Ain't
it.
nobody
for
gonna
so
do
long.
nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna protest, y'all gonna riot, and then y'all gonna move on to the next thing. Public
Mhm.
hangings, and everybody come out with picnics like, oh, this is really gonna be fun. If you read
Bringing
the
the
book, I was
kids
just
out.
telling my if I was just telling my wife about the book, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews, right? And this book is quoting slave narratives and telling you things that were done to slaves and other people over the course, saying throughout that era in history that nobody talks about. I read a story about a guy. These people, they take a guy. It's like you put nails in a barrel. Then you put a nigga in the barrel and roll it down the hill and see if he survives. If he survives, you see how many times you can roll it down before he kills him. Who the hell thinks like that?
Yeah. No, that's
I'm
Who
sorry,
the
serious.
that's
hell
not
sit
funny.
around thinking that? No, who
It's
thinks
not
some
funny
shit
the
like
way
that?
you
Like,
said
I
A
heard
it.
of
savage, a
like,
savage thinks like that. A
so
deranged
I'm a
savage.
savage, and I've taught my children this over the course of history. And over the course of history, my children have learned they have the power to do whatever the hell they want. So now, oh, we gonna make it look better. I can still do the same thing. I might not put you in a barrel, but I can shoot you like a fish in a barrel. I can shoot you 17 times,
And there is
32
no
times,
consequences
and
behind it.
ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Get mad, yell, scream, cry, kick and scream. It's like your child, you whooping your child, they kick and scream. It's like when you say you done taking this whoop, now get your button and sit down. They just got to accept it because they knew what they did. And your child ain't even did nothing, but because they the child, they got to accept what you said as the parent, whether you was right or wrong.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. But in the climate with everything going on after this is said and done, okay, what if he gets a nice size sentence? We mean you just gotta think positive. I'd be
I said, okay,
optimistic
let's
about
say he does. Optimistic. Let's say he is convicted, right? You're gonna hear that cheer like you heard when OJ got found not guilty. Yes, finally, yes. And then life gonna go right back to what it was. Oh,
But
well, he got
I
convicted.
think
So
that
But at
verdict,
the same time, this
I
is
think
going to set a
maybe the system
precedent.
do work.
I think that verdict divided the country as well too, though. The OJ verdict.
I don't know. OJ did that.
Yeah, but at the same
Okay,
time, we
well,
still was rooting for him though. We knew he did it.
eh,
We knew when he got
I don't
off,
know nothing. I
it was
wasn't
all good. Hey, it's the same thing. I gotta think about it. We knew OJ did that shit. We were just rooting for him because he got off. You know what I'm saying? We was, and they looking at us like we looking at them now. Like, come on,
I was,
because
this is
I
cut
was,
dry. Y'all know he did this shit. Come on, bro. You
I
know,
I
mean,
never knew.
I can't even begin to dissect that case, so I won't because I think there is a lot more. I don't think OJ did it, but I think he was there.
Nigga, I never understood what the gloves had to do with. Nigga, I can put on any type of gloves.
the dude wrote a book called "I Didn't Do It, But If I Did, This Is How I Did It."
Who is that
Like, who
trying to
does that?
talk?
I think OJ was there when they died. I just don't think that he was the one
He
that
did an
actually.
interview and came out the hotel room with a banana, like like
All
a
that
damn
stuff
knife.
was staged, man.
I mean, he was playing with. Yeah, that's just. I don't. I'm honestly. I
wasn't
really.
That. He did
You know,
that shit.
I think he got senile as he got older. He wouldn't have brought his crayon in the box.
And the only reason why the glove didn't fit because his arthritis was acting up. He had a flare up, so of course it didn't fit.
I
He
had his
like,
fist
"See,
balled
look,
up."
yeah. Look, it was
No,
on his, it was on his finger. The glove was on his finger. He was just like, "It don't fit." See?
but it doesn't matter if they fit or not. You still can kill a motherfucker with the gloves if they fit or not.
Okay.
Guess what? If the glove doesn't fit, you gotta acquit. Hey.
Yeah, but another thing too, from what the stuff she did to him, and what happened, he did that shit. 'Cause somebody, like I said this before. He was wrong, but I understand. They did her like Mortal Kombat, ripped her dang head off. It was like a spine and stuff just hanging from it. Like, it was horrible.
Shut the fuck up.
No, that's you
Mortal
laughing.
Kombat.
No, I'm just saying, like, that was a horrible crime scene. That was really a crime. Like, they really felt like it was more personal with done it. Like, you paid somebody to do that, they not gonna get off. They gonna get the job done and get the hell on and get their money.
Hey,
I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it. I think he was set up.
I love Rihanna and shit, but we never know what the fuck she said that day in the car. I'm just saying these females really know how to push buttons by saying
I know
certain
exactly what
shit
she
on certain
said.
shit.
She said
Chris
Michael
Brown
Jackson can
always
outdance
said he
you,
never
and
hit
he beat
her.
the shit out of her.
No, well, she jumped on him first. Remember, guys.
Well, then she deserved to get her ass beat because
They
any female
left.
that want to hit on a
No,
man,
she didn't deserve
I
none of
I
that
think
shit.
somebody else beat Rihanna up and they put it on Chris Brown.
No, they got into it at the award show. She jumped on him because she had caught a text message or some shit. And then 2 days prior to that, they were at the hotel, and the hotel had to call the police because she jumped on him again.
So
Now,
you're saying he probably got tired of it?
Now the thing, no, I'm saying like I think that they were either high, drunk, or both, and got into it, and it was what it was. Rihanna got embarrassed.
But you remember he was on
a
a talk show one time. You remember? I don't know what talk show it was, but he was on there. He was sincerely saying that he wasn't anywhere around her when that happened to her.
But at the same time, he did a press run with apology.
I think he done got her together a couple times because she is not unfamiliar with putting her hands on other men.
I got a question. How you give a bad bitch a bloody nose though? Who does that?
I don't think Chris Brown did that. I really don't.
Fat lip and everything and stuff. Like, man, I don't know.
I like Chris Breezy, and for whatever reason, you know, he another dope fiend too. So hopefully he get it together. Rihanna
all them actors and singers, all they ass on dope, on some kind of dope. Yeah, because they gotta be in order to maintain
You
their
never heard about
lifestyle.
Denzel putting his hands on Valletta?
What?
Never.
Denzel, you ain't never heard about Denzel putting his hands on his wife. Samuel Jackson was on crack. We ain't hear about him putting his hands on his wife. They all been together 100 years.
You saying like he hasn't? Okay, I was about to say I've never heard of
you never heard about that.
Right, we ain't never. I ain't saying they have.
It's a big age difference too, guys. It's a huge age difference.
You probably won't even know if they did.
Chris Brown and Rihanna with Denzel and his wife. It's a huge age difference. That's a different generation, you know.
It is a different generation, but it's like we got to look at the examples that's in front of us. So it's like we look at the people in our age and younger coming up now, and we tend to do stuff that we've never seen our parents do, or we do stuff that we have seen our parents do.
You better quit saying we. That's what you gonna do.
You say you speaking French. You speaking French right now.
Oh, we in this together.
We.
No, baby. I ain't right this way with you. Because I don't do none of the above. My mama was an upstanding citizen, and I'm a wholesome young lady.
Man, I ain't gonna hold you up. I done seen some things. So I mean, so certain things you stay away from, certain things you get hip to, certain things you be like, what the hell? But
I tell them, I was like, listen, I had a stepfather, stepmother, all that, right? I learned how to be a good step parent by the things that they didn't do. I was like, y'all never did none of the stuff I did that I do.
Exactly.
So everything, wherever you was lacking, that's where I know to step up at. All the stuff I felt like I was really missing.
And I never met a real father before, so it wasn't easy just to be there. That'd be one, like, you know,
right,
one step.
I used to, for a long time, I was like, man, I used to be like, as a kid, how do you as a father, as a man, like, you know, you don't never see your child? Or you were like, I met my father walking up the street on my way to a festival with my cousin. We was talking about homeless people, and my cousin was like, "There go your daddy," and I was like, "All right, you good?" And she's like, "No, that's your daddy for real." Like,
that type of stuff
like, no, and then called him over. He's like, I was like, "Oh wow, this is my father." I had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that's a kind of weird way to meet your daddy.
Come on,
right, walking up the street. But I learned from that is like, but what I learned from that is like, you know, I never want to be that type of person. I never want to be that guy. I never want to be the dude that I'm like, my children here, wherever they at, I'm going to see them. I don't care if, my baby mama moved to Timbuktu. Have fun. I'm going to be at the door next week. Every week, whatever. I'm going to be at the door. You open this mug up, bring my babies.
Come on, Heifer.
Wow.
On something else, though, I don't want to get too far off subject, but did y'all see?
Oh, yes, sir.
There's some some fuckery, I call it. But he's on DMX died on Lil Nas X's birthday. They called it a sacrifice.
On
Mm.
whose birthday?
Lil
Lil
Nas
Nas
X. And he just did that weird ass fucking video too before that shit.
Gave
Well,
the devil a lap dance.
the only way that would be a weird occurrence or something off is if you buy into that shit. Whatever this little Nas X is, he needs attention.
He
He's black and
said
loved.
He's just a little
whatever
dude. He's
this
a little
little
gay kid that
Nas
wants
X
attention.
is.
I mean, he's a little.
He
He
has the
looks
bloody
like
Air Maxes.
who? I mean, and then
Oh,
is
that's
that
those
even real?
issues? I didn't
Right,
know
is that-
that.
Yeah,
Is that even? Well, Nike's suing him. So now what?
But you look,
Oh,
look at
Nike
when you
said-
think about Lil
They,
Nas X, think about the fact you can be famous or you can be infamous. If you can't get the fame, become infamous. Do something that's gonna make most remember you no matter
But
what.
being infamous requires a certain level of derangement. Okay.
Yeah, that
agree.
music video was
You have
deranged.
to really.
How
You have
give
to
Satan a
really.
lap dance?
He could have, yeah, he really could have.
And then not even a regular lap dance. Like he put his PP on Satan PP. Like
And
you
like
nasty
they
little
was
shit.
they really
that
bump heads. Like come on,
Yeah.
like
Okay. Literally.
They
Literally.
was sword fighting.
swordfish.
Literally.
Oh man.
So I mean, like, I really want somebody to
went
make
to-
me understand. The only reason why we are paying attention to this is because we forgot to teach our kids, the generations that are underneath us, the relevancy of people. We are like, you know how you gas somebody up or whatever they call it. Well, back in my day, it was dick riding. You know, you jump on
Dick
somebody,
riding.
you know, you dick ride. These kids, they don't know that that's not clout. What he's doing is not clout.
It's a new name for it. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
you-
seen this argument because this is how I even came about the video. Somebody on Facebook posted a picture of him when he was fighting that snake in the field at the beginning of the video. And they were like, they were basically arguing with other people about the intent of the video. And they were saying that he really made the video to talk about like how we don't have humanity anymore and how people are always snakes in the grass, and you know, this and basically how gayness is being pushed out on people. And then other people were trying to say, well, how could that be true when he's gay himself? You know
Is
what I'm
he
saying? So they were like,
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
First of all, like I said, let's go back to my original. Didn't I
You
say
pushing the
relevancy?
issue.
Let's talk about relevancy. This little Nas X,
Yeah.
first of all, he stole a name from a very iconic rapper.
yes,
Nas,
yes.
Okay.
yeah.
But he
Second,
talked about that though. He said he did it
Second, he
because
put-
he's like, that's my hero.
that,
That's why he.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Man,
why he
Old
said he
Town
did it.
Road,
Okay,
right?
so whatever.
No,
Old Town
Okay.
Road was a good song.
Whatever.
I listened to
Hero
it until I found out about where that road went to.
Hero or not, I put this little Nas X in the same category as Rick Ross. You took somebody's name, you took somebody's famous, their celebrity, because let's be honest, the real Rick Ross should have got tore off as soon as that man bust out his first album.
He should have got tore off from Snowfall too.
No,
Oh, God.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Snowfall
when
definitely
Rick
should break
Ross
anymore.
first touched down. You know what I'm saying? When you first touched down, when you first dropped your first album, you should have been giving that man some money, because you built your name off.
Yeah, I
Of,
definitely agree. You should definitely break
you built your career off of that man's, his fame.
Also,
know,
though, you gotta know
people-
Rick Ross appeals to a generation that don't know who Rick Ross really is. They don't know who the real Rick Ross is. The only
Rick
one you
Ross
say
knew
Rick Ross,
who the real Rick Ross was. That's
right?
what I'm
He
saying.
knew.
Yeah, he
Right,
knew.
he knew. That's why I agree with you. Yeah, he definitely should. He definitely should have. Man, you using my name, bro. I'm entitled to something.
Little Nas X, same thing. Like,
Because
who are
using
you?
My name, because my name was notorious in hell. Who ain't free name? Nickname was Freeway Ricky Ross. So my man Freeway used it. 50 Cent used 50 Cent, the real 50 Cent. When if you watch that documentary on FX about the rap game, they tell you it's like on the back. He's on the back of the Eric B. and Rakim album. The Paid in Full album is a picture of the real 50 Cent on there. He
The
was
real
like, yeah,
50
you
Cent
couldn't-
was a beast, though.
Yeah.
Real beast.
the real 50 Cent. Here's the thing: it's like you couldn't wear these chains around him. You couldn't do nothing around him unless if you wasn't already, if you wasn't down.
This man robbed the whole train.
Whatever you got, him a robber.
He literally robbed the whole train, went from carriage to carriage.
There's a lot of people that what I'm saying. They like these people. Yeah, I'm using names of people that were known for stuff because this generation doesn't know who these people are.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are a part, like in the hood, in certain hoods, they are part of your history. But if you ain't from that hood, you don't know that history that goes along with these titles.
You know what would be clever though? If somebody's rap name was Ronald Reagan.
That would be a trick.
That would
That would
be
be a
that
good
would
one.
be. He was the biggest gangster. People don't even realize that.
Who?
No,
And-
he wasn't the biggest gangster.
Well, he was a
He
big
wasn't the big-
gangster.
He was the
And-
big
and
gangster,
he
but he
from
wasn't the
Compton.
biggest.
Ronald Reagan.
J.
And he
Edgar Hoover, don't forget J. Edgar Hoover was the biggest gangster. I'm gonna do
In
whatever
a
I
dress.
want to do.
He was a
in a-
gangster
in
in a dress.
Hey, he was Omar. He was the original Omar.
Original Omar. Like Omar coming. Everybody just running and taking off and stuff.
Everybody like,
From the
oh shit, it's
fire.
Omar.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Hey, Omar from The Wire was a thug. He didn't give no fuck. Come, bang, 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 and I come home and bang his boyfriend. What the hell?
And
Like,
love
that-
and love Honey Nut Cheerios.
Man. And I
Right.
swear, every movie I see him in after that, like when I seen him playing like a doctor or a scientist or something like that, all I kept seeing was The Wire and
Omar.
that scene on the porch, and I was like, I'm fucked up about this for the rest of my life now. Like,
Right.
damn,
He's
Omar.
that's just one of those. That was just one of those roles because it was so significant. Every time you see him, that's who you gonna think of. I think of when I first
Mhm.
saw you and you played. He played the hell out that role. I
He
give
did.
him that. But it was like, man, you was a thug gangster, gay thug gangster. But also to that, he was from, saying that character is from a different generation. Like when I grew up, we all had that one little boy around. We all want to play games. So we playing Cops and Robbers. He want to be the girl that get kidnapped. Like, no, what?
You found me. Oh my God.
Right, but it's like, but at the same time, we weren't gonna not play with him because he was one of our friends, and he had to fight and do everything. Like, so you grew up gangster, so it's like, oh, just because he gay don't mean nothing. He still got them hands. He still don't think because he gay, he come from that same era, that same way, and he get down that same way. He just happens to be gay.
And then, like
Nobody
you
care.
said, back in that era, you couldn't be no gangster and be outwardly gay. People would take you as a fucking joke.
Unless you was just a hell of a gangster.
Mhm.
I had a little home when I was in the joint. I had a little homeboy. He's super gay. Little boy was probably about 19. Beat up about 4 people up in his unit. And after they beat him up, he told me he was gay side gangster. Them was like, man, yeah, your homeboy over there wild. He over there beating the hell out of people. What you want me to do? What y'all thought he couldn't fight or something? Because he was gay? Yeah, the gay kids when I grew up, they had to fight.
Yeah.
You had to make money. You had to prove yourself. Yeah, you had to prove yourself all the time.
Mhm.
This generation now, they don't have to prove themselves. They trying to, it's like everything is about your sexuality. It's like, listen, don't nobody really care about your sexuality, to be honest. You pushing it out there like it's relevant, but it's not relevant to me.
But even just
I
like
care about your character.
with you saying with that though, I know this kind of goes off subject, but it just made me think about like it ain't like it was back in the day, because back in our day, if we got into a fight with somebody, we got into a fight with them, called it a fucking day. Y'all might be playing basketball by the end of the week, so be it. But I just seen this video yesterday on fucking Instagram that really disturbed me, because these 2 dudes was fucking fighting and old boy was giving it to him. He got up, pulled his gun out his back pocket and just let off an old boy at like not even way closer than point blank range. Like he was right there in his fucking face. So it was like, damn, you can't even take the fact that you just got your ass whooped. Like you just have to up and shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking stupid as hell.
Nope. My pride won't let me.
The fucking
With the dog say on Friday, you win, you some, you lose some, but you can always come back and do it again next week.
Yeah.
Here.
All right. This is the part where anybody got anything they want to promote or anything going on right now?
Answer your own question. Answer your own question, dude. What am I promoting?
I'm promoting 420 Expo
When is it?
this Saturday from 12 to 7 at the Regency in Ann Arbor.
Tell him. Tell him again.
what?
You know it's.
Hey man, I'm going to Vegas this Saturday.
Oh, shoot. Enjoy.
I don't think Vegas gonna be as good as this expo gonna be.
I know, man. It's
But
gonna
I
be
hope
off
you
the
enjoy
chain.
yourself.
Saturday. I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have a raffle. I'm gonna be having a raffle or whatever, and then I'll be podcasting by networking and stuff. Hopefully, I get followers up, get viewers up. So, whatever we doing, we can take off. Bora, you want to give your shop a shout out?
Same as always. My salon, Creations by K. Hair, makeup, nails, lashes. Come see me, ladies.
Remember, people watching this too.
I know.
Can
That's
I-
why I just say, come see me, ladies.
Oh, so I can't come get twisted.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
What's
you
up?
can. Yeah. What's up, Mila Pie?
Oh no, not to you, baby.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna come fuck with you with them lashes. Oh, did I use the F word? I'm gonna come see you about them lashes. I did want to promote, put it out there, and I'm gonna say it again as I said last week. I am an advocate for people investing into their mental illness. If you are feeling depressed, go talk to somebody. Ain't no shame in it. It is what it is. Go talk to somebody who can't, by law, tell nobody else your business.
I approve that, man. I mean, it's not like y'all got to remember, it's always the strong people that seem like they're in control. There's always unhappy. All right, this has been another real one. In the
One more
book.
promotion. Also got to promote my company, JW Friendly Plus.
Go ahead, start over because it's kind of drag.
Yep. Yeah, I'm in that bad part of Ohio right now. With the signal, my signal getting weak. Last thing I'll say, I have to promote my other business, JW Friendly Plus, or your custom T-shirts, hoodies, memorial shirts, flyers, pretty much anything that you need printed, we do that.
And they do a great job too.
Located on Michigan Ave in Ypsilanti, 2925.
What's the name of the store?
East Michigan, Suite 2. JW Printing Plus by Lala Beauty ETC. We on Instagram, we on Facebook, we on TikTok, we on Twitter, we everywhere.
Yeah, but they do great work too. They the only people I deal with my merchandise and everything. Awesome work.
Probably got the fastest turn. I ain't gonna say probably, we definitely got the fastest turnaround time in the city.
Absolutely.
What is it? Because I was just getting ready to ask that.
What is what? I didn't hear you.
Your turnaround time. Like, if I put in an order for 10 shirts, need them printed, what's your turnaround time?
About a week. If
and
that.
The quickest
I always tell you a week, but it's my understanding it's gonna be sooner. But I always tell them, like, give it 5 days or so, 5 to 10 days, but you're gonna have it sooner.
I've got
depending
something
on how complex it is.
Yeah, I've got something in 2 days, so it's always and it's good quality too.
And depending on where you at, you can get personalized delivery too. I do delivery. Look, I own the company. I do deliveries. I answer the phone. I'm the face of the company. I'm the eye candy. I do everything.
Yeah.
Except the actual work.
Did you just say the eye candy of the company?
Yes,
I'm the
eye candy.
He did.
I'm the eye candy for my company.
Yeah,
I'm the face of
me.
Definitely did.
Hey, look, I'm everything in this company, and my wife lets me be it. She gonna beat me later though, so.
Yeah, I see this coming. I feel this is brewing.
You don't feel nothing of brewing. I just wanted to know who the eye candy. He said the eye candy of the company.
Listen, listen. You like when I'm going live when we do this 420 Expo Saturday. I'm going live on Facebook. Make sure I'm trying to put the word out. Make sure it's all around. But I go every time we do an event. I go live and talk to the people. Just trying generate, build up the energy and everything. I'm all around. I'm a Renaissance man.
That's what's up.
All right,
I'm gonna hit you
up. Real quick
shirt.
before we go, y'all follow me on YouTube.
The One Truth Seeker.
Yeah, I put my link in.
Got the
yeah.
link. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
the name of it is. But if you can't get to the link, guys, the name of it is SJ Truth and Reality.
Gotcha.
There. Did you put the link in there? I think I did.
Yeah, she put it in the chat.
That's what's
I'm
up.
on it now.
Disregard that first link. The first link I wasn't trying to put that in there, but that first link I sent, it's like a statue of how the celebrities look with their clothes off.
Nobody wants to see Samuel Jackson naked.
Well, I might a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Ain't nothing wrong with a pair.
I wasn't trying to. I put the wrong link in, but if you so happen to click on the first one, that's just something that I got in my collection.
Oh wow. Okay. Zippity doo dah. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna send this to y'all. Make sure y'all share and hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week.
You guys have a great night. Everybody stay safe.
All right,
You
y'all.
too, my brother. Y'all
Y'all
have
be
a good
easy.
Yep.